Real talk. Between the two of us, we've made some expensive mistakes on cruise ships. And I mean expensive. And we're not going to sit here and pretend like we didn't. So here are 7 of them, starting with the one that cost us the most.
And just so you know, some of these are really embarrassing because we should have known better.
So if this saves you even one of these mistakes, that's money back in your pocket. Starting with number 7, because trust me, you want the smaller ones first before we get to the one that's still, well. So we're going to give it to you raw, no chaser, all from actual sailings that we've taken. And we've taken about 50 plus between the two of us over the last couple of decades.
Yeah. So we kind of know what we're talking about.
So let's get down to it. Mistake number 7. We used to wait till we got on the ship to book it. And every single time, the times we wanted, gone. Or the price went up.
Yes. Okay, so if you pre-book your restaurants, you're going to save $10 to $20 per person per restaurant. That's automatically going to be about $40 to $120 for 2 to 3 specialty dinners for 2 on a 7-night sailing.
Gone.
All right, so make sure you're booking that steakhouse. Make sure you're booking those Italian restaurants because those ones are going to book fast. And pre-booking lets the restaurants know how many people are going to be on board. The restaurants that sell out the fastest are always going to be your best ones. There's a reason that they're usually gone by day 2.
So this is what you do, all right? You book it before you board. One less thing to think about when you get on your vacation.
All right, y'all. Mistake number 6. And this one hurts because it's so avoidable, okay? Buying your drink package the day you board at the terminal, you're going to pay full price every time.
Let's talk about it real quick. Let's use Carnival, for example.
Yes.
Cheers, about $5 to $10 more per person when you get on the ship. $70 to $140 extra. So you definitely want to buy it online before you sail. And we felt it immediately when we saw that price tag at the desk.
Make sure that you set a calendar reminder when you book your cruise. That way you can buy the package when it's on sale because cruise lines generally run a promo. Never buy it the day you board.
So mistakes 6 and 7, they were annoying, but the next 3, these are the ones that actually change how we started planning every single cruise moving forward. This one cost us about $340 on a single sailing once. We booked, we moved on, we never looked at the price again.
This is one of those things that you have to just monitor. I monitor for my clients. This is a travel advisor add-on, but for DIY bookers, you're going to want to make sure you set some kind of reminder. For my clients, like I said, I do this automatically. I check because the cruise line is not going to tell you that the price went down. You actually have to catch it.
Check your fare at least once a month until your final payment. If the price dropped, call and ask for a reprice. You will be surprised how often it works and how often people do it, because Addy's clients, they be on it.
Yes.
And they'll hit you up like, yo, I saw this thing drop, make that change.
Yes.
Like Michael Jackson.
Mistake number 4. And y'all, this one has a specific memory attached to it. We booked a shore excursion through the ship, paid $189 per person, got off the ship, found the exact same tour by the same company with the same stops for $65 a person.
Hey, I ain't know that cruise lines mark stuff up about 30 to 50%. Instead of, but ship operators out there, they know the schedule. Okay?
They have to.
So don't tell everybody this. It wasn't on me. I was trying to save some money.
Right? Trying to make sure that we were getting back to the ship, okay? Yes. If your excursion runs late, the ship has to wait. That is real. But for standard port days where you actually know the area, the ship's guaranteed getting you back is going to cost you a lot more money that you don't need to spend.
I mean, first off, you don't even need to book an excursion that's going to run close to time for the ship to board anyway. So research the port before you go. That's TripAdvisor, YouTube, cruise forums. Find tour operators that the locals actually use. Your wallet will thank you. I promise you that. So mistakes 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Yes.
We could have recovered from those. This is where it starts to get a little bit real, because these are the mistakes we made that we still genuinely think about today. We will be talking more about this in Thursday's upcoming video, all right? But it deserves its own spot right here in this video. We did not, for gratuities, in our early cruise years, not one single time. We get home, we look at the final bill and be like, where did this even come from?
He's saying it very politely. He'd be cussing and saying, what the beep, beep, beep. Okay, so for Carnival, it's about $18 per person per day. Virgin, it's about $100 per person. Most cruise lines are going to be around that amount. So this is why we always tell people the cruise fare is not your cruise budget. That's just the starting point. What you actually pay for your cruise are totally different numbers. You got to include your gratuities, your travel insurance, drinks, excursions. Get a real number of what you're going to be spending before you book. And better yet, Thursday's video has a breakdown and a budget planner link. Mistake number 2. And this is one I want Terry to tell y'all about because he's the one that said we didn't need insurance that time.
Why are you trying to put this on me, man?
It's on you, baby.
All right, yeah, so there was this sailing once where we decided it was a short trip. I'm like, nothing's gonna happen. You kind of see where this is starting to go. Mm-hmm. So we booked the flight, got on the plane, deplaned because there was something wrong with the plane, which now we're panicking because we're like, yo, are we gonna make it to the port on time? Mm-hmm. So we had to go because standby didn't work. We tried that and we wound up spending way more money than we needed to try to get to the ship.
Insurance on that trip would have been about $90 for the both of us, but what we actually paid was way more than $90.
Listen, man, let me tell you, this is now a non-negotiable. Insurance is going on that bad boy.
Absolutely. Travel insurance is not a luxury. It's an actual line item. Budget it in the same day you budget in the cruise fare. And if you don't know what kind of policy to get, that's a whole conversation. Just DM me.
Still the one that comes up in our house. Mm-hmm. And tell them.
Mistake number 1, and it's ours, because for years, and I mean years, like literally, we booked our own cruises like everyone else out there, direct, online. Mm-hmm. We figured we were saving money because we're cutting out the middleman. Yeah. We were not saving money.
Nah, man, we found out that we were leaving onboard credit and upgrades and complimentary gratuities, priority boarding, all that kind of stuff on the table. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't understand that the advisor fee is built into the cruise line's commission. So you don't pay more, you actually get more. So let me tell you, for years, we did our own thing. Mm-hmm. Then we came across, what was his name? Zach, the Carnival Cruise advisor.
Yes.
When we were sailing Carnival Heavy. And Zach was the closest thing to having a travel advisor for us. He checked all the rates. He kept us up on what specials were going on. He always checked to make sure, because we had started picking up how many times we cruised, that, there were cruises available in our price point.
Whether or not the kids were coming along.
That part, man, everything. We really appreciated that. And I think that's one of the reasons why we decided to become travel advisors, because we wanted to take it up a notch and we wanted to be able to help people sort all those things out, but also give an actual experience of us actually doing those sailings. And let me tell you, when Addy finally got certified, man, we got upgrades, onboard credit, a bottle of Chablis in the room. I was like, man, we've been doing this thing wrong the whole time.
Yeah, for years, for quite a few years. Yeah. A good travel advisor doesn't cost you more. The cruise line is who we get paid by. What you're getting is someone who knows the ships, tracks the price drops, advocates for you when something does go wrong to make sure that you're getting taken care of, and gets you perks that you would never get on your own.
So that's 7, all real, all ours.
All ours.
And if you've made any of these, you're in good company, all right?
Drop some in the comments. We want to know which one hit home for you, because I have a feeling number 1 is going to get some people.
New videos every Tuesday and Thursday. If you're not subscribed yet, we don't even know what to tell you. We're Addy and Terry, and we'll see you on the ship.